Would y'all go this way?
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello, ladies. Listen, if you are logging on right now, I want you to stop and I want you to share this live because we have a special announcement. God is about to move. He's about to do some things, and this is something you do not want to miss. If you are on Facebook at this moment, you need to stop whatever it is that you're doing, and you need to absolutely tune in because God has something for us, ladies. God has prepared something for us. We have an outstanding opportunity to be in his presence. And I am so honored.
Yes.
I am so humbled to be with the one and the only Pastor Miki King. Can you all get in the comments and say, hello, Pastor Miki King? What's up, Pastor Miki?
Now I'm the one that's excited and honored. I'm the one. I'm excited for this moment. I'm excited about Saturday.
Yes.
I'm just excited about all of it together. I'm excited that we get an opportunity to talk to all of these amazing women, and not just locally for this, but just all around the world. And then just to be able to impact them in a way to let them know, hey, you are fascinating.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And I know God gave you this word about fascinating several months ago. And so I know we got a script and I'm going to try my best to stick to it. I just want to hear what you have and what God has shared with you and what has he told you about us as women really tapping into being fascinating. And if you are watching this, stop and tag and share. Stop, tag, and share.
I wanted to bring women back to a space where they could get on a ground of building again. I believe that what happened, see, when we think about women and we think about our journey as women, when we go way back to our grandmothers and our grandmothers' grandmothers, those women were completely submissive to the point where they had no voice. They said nothing. All they did was stayed home, cooked, had babies, and that was it. As time progressed, different perversions got in, where they started saying, you don't have to do that or whatever. And I think that a lot of women got lost in the, I don't have to do that versus I do have to do that. My grandma said I did. If I'm going to be able to get married, I got to be able to shut my mouth and I got to do that. And then we had this ginormous move from Bishop Jakes that came along and said, woman, thou art loose.
Yes, Lord.
Thousands of women all over the world grabbed hold of that message and was like, oh, now, Harold, you can't tell me nothing. So now we've got a different fight. We got a different fight on now, men looking at women and wanting women to be very feminine, but they've been in such a masculine world that they don't know how, can women even show themselves as masculine? Is that out of the way? And all these type of things. So I wanted to create a space where we can all come together and have that dialogue and be able to let women know that this is an opportunity for you to recreate yourself.
I love it.
After finding yourself,
my God,
after discovering who you are, because once you do that, and I say this about a decision, and I'm gonna move on to the next thing. When you make a decision, your entire atmosphere recalculates itself to accommodate your new arrival.
Okay, wait a minute.
Because that's big.
Say that again.
When you finally make a decision.
Somebody put this in the comments. Tag and share this live. This is groundbreaking information God has given us as women. When we make decisions, Pastor Miki, what happens?
Our atmosphere.
Yes, ma'am.
Recalculates itself.
Yes.
To accommodate your new arrival.
Wow.
That means that everything that was not there comes. I know you feeling that.
Yes, ma'am.
I know you feeling that.
I'm rocking in it.
When you make a decision, Ruth,
yes,
to really make a change, all you had to do was then walk it out. Your atmosphere started recalculating itself, saying, oh, Kira's ready now.
Yes.
The decision did that. Yes, and so we've got women that are around that's not being able to make the decision. And when you can't make the decision, you can't really realign your life, because what are you realigning your life to? Wow. So that's what she's fascinating. We're going to go deep, but we're not going to go just deep in exaltation. We're going to go deep intelligently.
I love
We're going
that.
to drop great wisdom that you can build off of, but we're going to at least put you on a neutral ground. And that's why we did it in this month, so that you can have things to build off of. You got to make a decision, and that decision is going to come by you rediscovering yourself. I'm excited to hear like a little of your journey and how you came to the place where you knew I have to make a change, because that's something else that one of my mentors say, which is Tony Robbins is one of my mentors. And he says, you won't change until the pain of staying the same hurts you more than the pain of change.
Oh my goodness. And let me tell you, Pastor Miki, first of all, that whole recalculation and really rerouting what is going on in my environment, where I'm at, it happens when we make a decision. And as women, we are constantly making decisions, but most of the time it's for everybody but us.
That's it. That's
It's
it. That's
everybody
it.
but us. We're making decisions for our spouses or our partners. We're making them for our kids. We're making them for people that we work for, where we serve. And as women, we are often, I don't want to say we're the last, but a lot of times we're the last. And it's really important as we're moving into what God has for us at the top of the year, which is why I'm so excited that this event, this day that God has ordained, is in the month of January, because we have the next however many weeks to really get galvanized in our minds and say,
I love that.
What is the decision that I'm going to make
Come
about
on.
it?
Yeah.
What is
That's
that?
so good. That's so good.
And how
Because
do I
like
really move
literally
forward?
have you found, like, even when I'm doing one-on-one sessions, have you found that when you ask a woman what makes her happy, that she's giving you this list of, well, when I take my kids here, well, when I do this for my husband, well, when I do this, and you have to say, no, I said, what makes you happy?
Yeah. And you know why that's such an important question for us to continue to ask ourselves and our sisters, is because we are responsible for our own happiness. When you said to me, you wonder like what was a part of my journey, I had to actually realize, as a divorced woman, having been married 20 years, in all of the roles: mom, soccer mom, karate mom, football mom, everybody mom, doing all of these things. And then when I realized, oh my God, I'm really by myself now. How do I recalibrate myself? What am I really willing to be sick of long enough so that I can get on the inside of?
Oh, that. What am I willing to be sick of?
What am I willing to be sick of? Because, you know, I tell people all the time, when you're single, that's the best time for you to build you, because you don't have to answer to anybody but God. You don't have to look at anybody else to respond to your life but you and God. And so when I decided that I was actually going to steward my singleness, I wasn't just going to be single, I was going to steward it. I was going to look at me. What's wrong with me? What am I missing? Why am I missing these things? And God now helped me to make better decisions for myself. And so when you get to that point of being sick of me, it's kind of like, ain't nobody here but you, Kira. So if it's wrong, guess who it is? It's me.
You ever been sitting somewhere and then there's like a slight smell and you just look around like, no, you the only one there.
The only one. It's me. You stink. It's you. It's you, ma'am.
It's you.
Are the problem and you are the answer. And once I realized that,
game changed.
Game changed. Destiny, reroute, environment, all of that. These things have to be able to shift. But there's so many women who I believe, our sisters, Pastor Miki, who really are ready. They really are healed, whole, healthy, free on the inside, and they're ready for what God has for them next. And so when you said fascinating, it sounds so fancy. It sounds like something very classy and elegant is about to happen in my life. I loved that word, fascinating.
Yes. Like literally when we originally was going to do it, we were going to have on the fascinators, because that was what the whole fascinating thing was. That, like, I always thought that the greatest thing about a lady is when she comes to her tea parties with her girlfriends, and, you know, she drinks with her little pinky out or whatever, because, you know, she deserves that moment. Yeah. She deserves that moment. And so that was the original thing. And then when I thought about it, I was like, a lot, like what you just said, a lot of that is happening on the inside of us. Like we're really like, God, I'm ready for my next. And what this conference is going to do for you on Saturday is going to help you divorce your now to get to your next. Because you can't be in two spaces at the same time.
Put it in the comments. Divorce your now so you can get to your next. Rhonda Garcia, I know you're watching. Erica Fowler, I see you. Shantae, I see you. Can one of you ladies put that in the comments for us? Pastor Miki said we have to divorce our now to get to our next. And you know, the thing about divorce is untangling. It's not just I'm out. It's an untangling.
It's an untangling.
And we have to be able to untangle ourselves. I want to go back to something that you touched on, Pastor Miki, about learning how or knowing how to make myself happy. And I think that that's important because that is my responsibility. That's something I'm supposed to do. My happiness is based on how I am in relationship with me, not what someone else can do to make me happy. And I think that is fascinating.
Yeah.
Because now I have control over my emotions. No one is controlling whether I'm happy today because you did X, Y, and Z for me. Not even just me in a male-female relationship, this friendship.
Right. Exactly.
As women and sisters in Christ. I can't wait for Pastor Miki to invite me to LA to lay on the beach with her and eat at all the fancy restaurants. Well, she not doing that, so I can't be happy. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Which that is coming. But while we're talking about being happy, let me ask you a question. So, like, you know that in this moment of us womaning in life, like, what is it? Like, how can a woman identify when she's losing herself? And then when she discovers that she's lost herself, what are some of the things she could do to get herself back?
That's such a good question. The sad part of that, I believe, is that we don't realize we're losing ourselves until we've lost ourselves.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like, what are some of the things that are happening?
I think part of if we were doing like clues, what are clues for us women and sisters? How are we actually, what are those clues? I think the first thing is that we begin to doubt our own thoughts. I think we're constantly feeding ourselves what someone else thinks and what somebody else needs from us. And when my part of myself is like, you know what, I'm really tired. I really don't want to go to the event. I really don't want to be in that space right now. I really don't want to do these things. And we start to doubt ourselves because somehow and somewhere along the way, we were told that performance and saying yes to everything makes us superwoman.
Oh, that's Cheree. That's so good.
Right?
Oh, that's so good.
No is a complete sentence.
Oh, that's so good.
It's a complete sentence. And I think that's a sign when we begin to doubt our own thoughts. And then I think the other sign, which is a deeper sign, is when we begin to neglect our shell. Because if we're not feeling good internally, we're likely to not really start showing up for ourselves outwardly. That's and I think good. That those are signs that you're really losing yourself. It's like, girl, I'm gonna just throw this on. Let me just get out the house. When we get up, and Pastor Miki has the best wardrobe ever, y'all. Go to Pastor Miki's page and just scroll through her stuff. You had an outfit on. You posted something the other day, had the holes in. I was like, I'm gonna need that too. Just pass it down. When you get dressed, Pastor Miki, who are you getting dressed for?
Me.
Yeah. That's a way as a woman that we can hang on to ourselves. Yeah. Because you look at yourself in the mirror, you're like, you are beautiful. You are bad. I'm gonna put this together with that, and I'm gonna put that together. And what does that do? It builds our self-esteem. It makes us stand up a little bit taller. It makes me more confident when I speak. Like somebody actually might listen to me because I took time to put me together. So
and you're so girly. I'd be like, man, she's so girly. I'll be like, I bet that just smitten Cedric. I bet he just smitten him. Because he was probably like, she's so girl. I mean, literally, you are so girly. Like, even when you come to church, I'll be like, oh my gosh, she's so girl. I'm like in between girl and woman. Like girl, woman, hashtag tomboy,
Fierce,
kind of.
fierce, fierce. That's what
All of
I
that.
see.
But
That's
you
what
know,
I say.
like what is let's talk about this. Like when you said about like one of the things that is happening when she's losing herself is one of the, and I like when you said clues. I love how you bring in such outline to the things that we're saying for the people that's on here that are brainiacs. It's kind of like, what is it? But when you ignore your world because you're overly attracted to somebody else's,
Jesus.
you're losing yourself.
Yes.
And you like you just said, that by the time you realize that you are lost, you weren't paying attention to those little things. And the reason why I'm saying that is because social media is so big.
Yes, ma'am.
And there are so many people that would rather live in other people's world. Like you done scroll. This one comedian said, he said, I'm so sick of y'all. He said, y'all grab y'all phone in the morning before you even know your legs work.
Ooh, Jesus.
Like you got your phone and you in bed. You don't even know if you can walk to the restroom.
Don't
And you
even know.
already in somebody else's life.
Don't even
So
know it.
making somebody like what happened, and I believe that a lot of what we're saying right now is going to really be impactful to women. Like what happened in your world that made you feel as if it wasn't important enough for you to stay alive?
Yeah, I think that I think part of my journey was I was hurt enough, but I was wise enough to not squander my pain. And here's what I mean by that. I was so devastated in the way that my marriage ended. And I've talked about my marriage and my divorce, but I was so devastated in that marriage. It was like this pain has to mean something. So I'm not going to squander this moment. I'm
Wow.
going to actually dig in here and I'm going to begin to really think about how do I reinvent Kira, or how do I rediscover who God had already said that I was.
Wait a minute. Let me make sure, because this needs to be wrote down in that. You knew that the pain had a payment.
Oof.
So just listen to that, Kira. You were able to sit in it because you knew the pain had a payment.
Yes, ma'am. I knew it had to pay. I knew that it was. I knew it was going to pay. I knew it. And I think a lot of time as women, what we do as sisters, Pastor Miki, is we get hurt, whether it's by relationship, job, disappointment, death, whatever it is. But then we don't allow that painful moment to do something for us. We're just trying to find ways to cover it up. Like, let me get into a place where I don't have to think about it, and I'm gonna just shop it away. I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna, freak it away. I'm gonna do all of these things to just cover it up. But if you get in a space where you can say, no, you gonna actually, what did you say? You gonna pay this time. Yeah, this time you owe. So if I'm going through this, let me maximize this
My
pain.
God.
Let me figure it out. Because if I don't, I had to vote for me. I had to vote for me. That was the only way I could have ever been ready for Cedric. And I know that's not everybody's journey, right? Like everybody's not just trying to be married, but that was my journey.
Yeah.
I wanted to be a wife because I knew that's who God had called me to be, but I knew I couldn't show up in all of this past, these past situations. What we're talking about, ladies, and thank you all for tuning in. Rosalind Robinson is here. We got Michelle Duplessis is on, Teresa King, Ramon Carter, my pew buddy. Listen, ladies, we're talking about our free, somebody say free. Our conference is free. It's this Saturday at the Advancing Church. What is the address to the Advancing Church?
4152 Washington, St. Louis, Missouri.
And Pastor Miki, what time should ladies be getting in?
They should, like, listen, you literally need to be at the door by 8:45. At 9 o'clock, listen, 9 o'clock, I don't know how many of y'all have heard my sister pray. We call her God's cheerleader. But at 9 o'clock, she is on the mic and she's going to be lighting it up. Listen, there are people that you need to take up before God. Sometimes in a person's life, the difference between their dream and their nightmare is an intercessor. And so you need to be in the house so that you can shift the narrative for people's lives. So don't let this be a thing where you be like just curling your hair at 9. No, you need to be in the house. You need to be in the seat at 9 o'clock. And from 9 to 12, we're going in. We're going in.
Pastor Miki, guess who has joined us?
Don't say it. Don't say that it's Pastor J.
It's Pastor J. Pastor J. Hey,
what's going on? Super excited about you all sharing what God has placed in your heart. I know that this upcoming Saturday is about to be just off the chain, off the chart. God is going to be releasing so much for the ladies who will attend, because this will be a year that they show up with their gift healed. This will be the year that they show up with their gift and they're going to walk in healing. And you know, y'all got me on fire right now because I'm listening to y'all and y'all pouring. Can I say y'all?
You can say it.
Y'all pouring tonight. Right. There are some ladies that God is looking to make irresistible. And they will no longer resist you because of how God will use this one day of empowerment really to catapult you and to prepare you for everything that you're getting ready to encounter this year. This year, the thing that God wants to do is going to be so attracted to you that the enemy will not be able to prevent your elevation, your promotion, because you're about to be irresistible.
Oh my God.
That's what's fascinating about you, is that they can't say no to you.
Listen, everybody put that in the thing. God is making me irresistible. Irresistible.
Oh my God.
Irresistible.
Ooh, that there.
Irresistible. And this is the key. You're going to be irresistible to the people that God has sent to be a part of your life.
Yes, sir.
You're going to be irresistible to them. The people that's supposed to assist you, the people that you're supposed to serve.
My God.
You will be irresistible to them. That means doors are going to open for you.
Ooh,
again, you're going to show up. You've been showing up with your gift, but you have not showed up whole with your gift.
My goodness.
When you show up whole with your gift, I'm telling you right now, things will happen that you dreamed. Things will happen that you envisioned.
Ooh.
The thing that's been stopping you from having the momentum that God wants you to have is that you're gifted, you're skilled, you got all of that. There's just some things from your past,
my Lord,
that has created a gulf between you and destiny.
Oh,
but when you get healed, you can execute in ways that you ain't never executed before. And I said this, I said that some of us have been working and we've been giving half of ourselves, not because we're lazy, but because we're injured. Not because we're lazy, but because we are injured. And some of us are expecting things to go wrong, so we can't even give our whole selves to it. Jesus. And we're sabotaging our potential and our future. But this fascinating lady that is watching right now, you fascinating women who are irresistible, who are called, who are anointed by God, I'm telling you right now, the power of God is going to heal you.
Ooh, Jesus.
And you're going to experience such a transformation and change. You will be seen as the treasure that you are.
My God, today.
I promise to you.
Oh,
It's happening for you. And that's why you need to be there this Saturday. You need to grab someone,
yes.
bring them with you.
Yes.
Bring them with you, because the fear that you used to carry is about to be destroyed.
Jesus.
You will no longer think that things are going to go wrong.
Woo! Jesus.
You no longer think that. You will now believe that you will see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. I speak it over you, and God is about to work in you in such a powerful way. So get ready for what God is about to do. He's going to blow your mind. And he's not going to blow your mind just because we're trying to give you a prophetic word about an explosion. He's going to blow your mind because you are willing to allow God to operate on you. Operate on you and remove the stuff that you've been carrying for years. And some of us, we so gifted that we can do what we do hurt.
Pastor Jordan.
That's the danger. That's the danger. You so gifted that you can do what you do while you are hurt. You can do business while you hurt. You can be a wife while you hurt. You can do ministry while you hurt. You are that gifted that your gift overrides your pain. But God told me to tell you that your pain is about to be alleviated and your gift is about to be freer than it's ever been before. That's why you're going to max out this year.
Yes, sir.
Jesus. Oh, God.
You that gifted. You that gifted. All the stuff you've been through as a child, even being raised in the house that you were raised in.
Come on.
Being abandoned, being injured.
Come on.
You still was able to use that gift.
Yes.
Imagine what it's going to look like for you.
Woo.
Your relationships are whole.
Yeah.
And you not just coming with your gift and relationships are falling apart.
Come on, Pastor Jordan.
Right? Because sometimes our gift gets us in the room, but our dysfunction evicts us. Right? Our gift got us in, but we couldn't stay long.
My God. We
couldn't stay long enough to even allow God to use us to create a name for us.
Jesus.
Our reputation went bad while our gift was still good.
Pastor.
Jesus.
Our reputation went bad while our gift was still good.
Our gift was still good. Jesus, Pastor Jordan.
So I want you all to be encouraged.
No, you don't get to take your tone down. You haven't said nothing. He didn't kill us and be like, now I want you to come on Saturday.
Yeah.
Listen, Kara, while he's talking, all I hear in my spirit is I got next. I got next. I got next.
Woo, Jesus.
Oh.
Yes. I'm telling you right now that this is the year. This is the year that we deal with this thing. Yes, we're going to deal with it. We're going to leave with the things that God wanted us to leave with, the blessings, the insight, the revelation. We're going to leave with it, and we're going to be better because we gathered. Wow. So that's why I'm saying each and every one of you, get somebody, bring them with you so that this pour can happen.
My God. This
pour needs to happen. And this thing has been divinely scheduled by God.
Yes, sir.
Divinely scheduled by God.
I absolutely believe.
So that's all I got. I just can't.
That's all you get. Well, we done. Good night, now.
Right. Let the words from our mouth and the sweet meditation of our heart be acceptable before you, Lord.
Yes.
That's it. That is it. You know what, Pastor Jordan, when you said the word irresistible, it was like something on the inside of me it like clicked, it lit up, because so many times as women, and for whatever reason, as women, we are drawn to those words: fascinating, irresistible, desirable. But when you just talked about how my gift and what God has for me is going to make me irresistible, it makes me think less about my exterior as a woman, and it makes me think about my interior. What is going on the inside of me
That's
that
good.
God is about to heal and use, so that whatever it is that I say, whatever I ask for, whatever I pray and I believe, is going to come to me because I'm irresistible in the spirit.
Yes.
Oh, Jesus.
And literally the gratitude that we have is about to go up. Because when he said that the things that we have experienced, we experienced them and we weren't healed. So you may have gotten all of this stuff, but you weren't really able to appreciate it on the level that you could have because you were still broken.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't keep it if your dysfunction is killing it, right? And so there are things that we
can't keep up with this guy. So much wisdom, Pastor Jordan.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's not about our ability to like get it, right? There are many people that can get it. You can get the job, right? You can get the husband, you can get the promotion. There are things that you can just get. But when you don't understand how you are fashioned and how you are made, right? You are tripartite. You are mind, soul, and spirit.
Yes.
And you can be injured in your soul. And as a result of the injury in your soul, you're hurting the thing that the gift that's in you got you.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so there's just different parts to us.
Yes.
And so you cannot keep it. You can get it. The gift can help you to obtain it. You know, even sometimes the way you look can help you get it.
Yeah.
But if you don't walk in healing, you'll end up killing the very thing that you prayed for.
Pastor Jordan, can you give us just real quickly, what do you feel is the difference between being healed and being whole?
Yes. So I would say this, you know, when someone is healed, right? When they are healed, they are able to now exist in an environment and not hurt the environment, right? You can exist within a marriage healed. You could be healed and you're existing in that environment, but you're not hurting it. Whether it's church, whether it's a relationship, whether it's business, you can exist in that environment and people don't see you as harmful when you're healed.
Yes, sir.
When you are whole, now you can be in an environment that is harmful and you can make it better.
Ooh, okay? Jesus.
When you are whole, you can handle people mistreating you.
Yes.
When you're whole, though.
Yes, sir.
When you're healed, you can be in an environment that mistreats you and you want to get out of it as soon as possible. But when you're whole, it is different. You are now a healing agent.
Woo!
Right? Now God is using you to heal others, right? So that they can go through the maturation process and become whole.
Yes, sir.
Right? God wants to do such a work in you that you're not just healed, but you're whole.
Yes, sir.
That means he can use you to heal others. Now the one that was once hurt, who got healed, now is whole, becomes like a physician in the hand of God.
Yes, sir.
Now you're writing prescriptions.
Oh,
you know what it's like to go through the healing process and end up in a place where you are complete and you're whole and you know that God did it for you. Being whole is divine, right? That means God worked on you.
Yes, sir.
And you didn't just work on yourself.
Yes, sir.
Right? But when God works on you, he never works on you without requiring you to be used to work on someone else.
My God, today.
Yeah.
That one of the things that I always say is that God God gave you the deposit that is in line with your desire of distribution. So he did all of that. Listen, everybody that's on here, everybody that's going to listen to this on the replay, this Saturday, you need to be at 4152 Washington, Advancing Church. Look it up. Listen, not only are you going to get this, now imagine being in live with this right here. You're going to get that. You're going to get Kara. You're going to get me. You're going to get, I call her Chi, but on the flyer, you're going to see Cheetah Wright, she is just an electric ball by herself that's going to do praise and worship for us. We also got Tamika Foggy that's going to come and do praise and worship for us. My sister's going to light it up. At what time? 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. This is not where you like, oh, I don't want to go. My sister is a different kind of intercessor. Yeah. The city calls her God's cheerleader. So you want to definitely be there. We're gonna have lunch available, but the event itself is free. It's free 99. Free 99. That means that you can call everybody. I want you to send it to every single person. All that we're gonna do, I'm telling you, since our pastor has come from, he was in, what was it, Pastor? London, Paris, all of that, like year before. Since he has come back, every single thing he has said, and I'm not just saying it because he's on here, it has been in such alignment with growth and pulling after God and maturing and stretching and getting to the place where you pay attention to the details. All of that is going to come out on Saturday to you, but you got to be in the house. We're going to open up the doors at 8:30. You come on in at 8:30, but I'm telling you, you need to be in your seat by 8:45 because it's going to go down. It is going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. Jesus.
We might as well just move the chairs.
The panel discussion that we're having, the deep conversation now on social media all over the world is, can a woman, a female version, operate in any level of masculinity? So we're going to have that conversation of femininity and masculinity. You don't want to miss that panel discussion because there are so many men, and I'm going to ask Pastor Jordan, if you could say a little bit about this. I want you to tease us on this so we can hear you on Saturday, that there are so many men that are saying, I don't want a woman that has any masculine energy. But you got women that are single that are saying, can I operate in my feminine energy all the time? Is there any time I put on my gloves? Because you got people that saying, yes, you can operate in masculinity. And you got guys that we want to marry that's saying no, because we don't want you if you're operating in masculinity. Can you say something on that, Pastor?
Well, I will say this and just drop this really quickly because I think that some of the guys, some of them who are speaking about women operating in masculinity are really misinterpreting what they're doing, right? I want to add this to the conversation because some of the ladies that are being accused of being masculine are actually being strong. Okay. There is a difference because some of them have had to operate with a certain level of strength just to get things done.
That's true.
Right.
That's the argument.
Because I don't want to paint the ladies with this broad brush when, there are ladies who understand who they are and men who don't know who they are. Right. Ooh. And when a man doesn't know who he is, he will call women masculine who are operating in their feminine strength. Okay.
At church when you put your finger up and you just like go walk over to the like
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
I do want to say that, right? That there's some of the women who are being called like women who are operating in masculinity are not really doing that. It's just that the men that they've come in contact with is so weak that they've labeled them as being masculine when they are people who execute, people who are empowered, people who follow through. If you ain't gonna get it done, guess what they gonna do? They gonna get it done, right? And so we want to make sure that we don't make that woman feel like she is operating in masculine strength, right? Or masculinity. There are some women who just don't know how to submit to healthy male leadership, right? And those ladies need to understand the role that they play, you know, and I'm not downgrading women by saying a role. We all have a role to play.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
She may be very dynamic, but we still got a role to play.
Yeah.
And we need to be able to play that role so we can be a healthy covenant couple.
Yes.
And so I'll say that. I have much more to say about it, and I'll be sharing that Saturday.
Saturday. If you're not at the Advancing Church on Saturday, just delete me. I'm telling you right now, that is where you need to be. We're going to have intercessory prayer. We're going to cover your family.
We're going to cover your
You're
family.
going to get covered in the spirit. You're going to be with other women that are praying. Let me tell you, we have a praying church. Our church, which, by the way, the word advancing means to rise.
Yes.
You are in a position as a woman to come and just let yourself loose, let yourself down, relax, and receive from God. This thing was designed for you. And God has positioned it at the start of your year. Lucky you. How blessed are you that God would give you so much power in one day and then turn around and say, you don't even owe me anything for it.
Wow.
Just show up. You're going to spend more time waiting to get your nails done.
Right.
In line at the grocery store.
Right.
Hanging out on TikTok.
Yeah.
But you actually have a moment to empower yourself. We put the link inside the comments. You can go to our church website, but whatever you do, you just need to show up. Just come.
Yes.
Come and bring someone with you. Just
load your car up. Load your car up.
Absolutely. Load your car up. The doors open at 8:45. And we are so honored. We're so blessed to have our senior founding pastor, Pastor Rahshon Jordan, is here. Pastor, thank you so much for taking out your evening to share with us and to
thank
hear from God.
Thank you, Kara. Thank you, Pastor Miki. You guys have poured tonight. I was blessed to hear you both share. And so you guys got me on fire. You lit my lamp. And so I had to come in here and share with you all.
We love you so much. You blessed us. You blessed us.
Glory to
very much so. Pastor Miki, do you have any final words before we let people have their night back?
I don't have any final words other than we will see you on Saturday at 8:45. Come and be with us. There's a lot of love at Advancing. There's a lot of love at Advancing. So listen, you are not going to be alone. We are coming together to be there for you. Remember that the difference between the space in between, your dream and your nightmare is an intercessor. And that's what this is going to do. It's going to be the intercessor for you.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. We will have all of the information, the flyers. Look at Pastor Jordan's page, look at Pastor Miki's page, look at our church page, look at my page. We'll have everything that's there for you so that you all can get what you need to see you on Saturday. The doors open at 8:45 this Saturday, January the 28th at the Advancing Church. And we are so honored, so excited. And so if you all will, just make sure you stay safe and make sure you keep God first. You all have a good evening. Bye-bye.
All right. Take care.
Bye-bye.